Hi, this is Mr. Max with some Gopher mathematics. So I'm doing a question here on mensuration that someone asked me to assist them with. And it consists of three parts, an A, a B, and a C part that you will see towards the end. All right, so let's get directly into the question. It says that a birthday cake is in the shape of a cylinder. Then there are two layers of cake and one layer of icing. So the layer of icing is this part here that I'm labeling green. Then the layer of cake is obviously the ones on top of the green, like so. Okay, so now they are asking, they're saying that the icing between the two layers of cake has a radius of 10 centimeters and it has a height of 12 millimeters. So maybe it's best if we can convert 12 millimeters to 1.2 centimeters, okay? Because 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. It's something that you should be familiar with. Right, so just had to convert that because everything else is given in centimeters. And of course, when you're calculating the icing, you only have to calculate that icing in between, that green part, so to speak. So I'm going to say that the volume of the icing is pi r square h, right? You're not getting a mark for writing the formula, but it's really good if you can know it. So we also know that the radius is 10 and the height is 1.2, right? If you multiply that, that gives you 120 pi. Okay, so you can also then go ahead and give this maybe in three significant figures as 377 cubic centimeters. That will be to three significant figures. You can also go ahead and do that. For 2 marks, that's all that you needed to do. Right, so now they are saying that the top part of the cake, the top part here, right, is covered in chocolate. And that's not the only part, but if I have to look at that top part, when it's covered in chocolate, it's a circle, which means it's pi r square. That would be pi times the radius, which is 10 square, okay? And then the curved surface area is, when you look at the curved surface area, you obviously look at, this as you're going around, okay? As you're going around, so that part in green. So the curved surface area itself, right, if you have to look at it, the curved surface area is something like this. Now, it's like you take 2 pi r, that is the sort of like your circumference, and then you look at this height, which we now know this height is a bigger value. It's like 7.2, right? Because you have to add that 3 plus that 1.2 plus that 3. That gives you 7.2. Okay, 3 plus 3 plus 1.2. All right, so that is what we are going to work with. So I'm going to calculate that. So let me remove my drawing here, just through that to give you an idea. So this is my 100 pi plus 2 pi. The radius is 10. The height, as we were saying, was 7.2. Okay, right. So everything, when you work it out, when you work out everything, you're going to get 244 pi, which you can write 244 pi in terms of pi, or you can just go ahead and give your answer to 3 significant figures. All right, that would be significant figures. That would be 367. Okay, all right. Then you have part C. They say Jake has a slice of this chocolate covered birthday cake, and the slice is a prism. The prism is very important, and the height is 7.5, as you can see. Okay, right? So something that you should understand about the volume of any prism, okay, it is the cross section. Now, not just the cross section, but the area of the cross section. The area of cross section times the height. Now let's look at that cross section. What is the cross section? The cross section is this sector. And how do you calculate the area of a sector? Well, it's whatever over 360 times pi r squared, because a sector is part of a circle. Okay, right, we're just going to replace our theta with an x. So that part is what we will definitely now sort of work out and calculate. Okay, now that means I'm going to have x over 360 times pi times my radius here is 10.3 squared. Okay, and you multiply that simply by the height, which is 7.5, and you're also given the volume. They are saying that the volume is equal to 200, so you can definitely let that equal to 200. So it's just a matter of cleaning this up and then sort of multiplying out, and it should give you some value. So at the end of the day, I am getting on this side 6.943574263x. That should give you 200. Well, of course, in order for you to isolate x, you will say that 200 should then be divided by 6.94357 and so on and so on. And once you do that, you definitely get a value, and the value is x equals to 28.80360927 degrees. Right, so we'll give these to three significant figures, so it's 28.8 degrees, or you can say to one decimal place. So that is how you will find that answer there. Okay, right, so I hope you had a bit of fun when try this question on your own before you had a look at this video.